Well, hello, everyone. We are going to just do a little recording to share with you about the School of Management and Marketing here at Western Illinois University. So we have 4 majors in our school. We have management, marketing, supply chain management, and human resource management. And we have representatives from every area that are going to talk to you about their programs. So tonight, we are going to start with Honey Zimmerman. She is a assistant professor of supply chain management. So over to you, Honey.
Thank you. So tonight, I want to talk to you about supply chain management. Like Michelle said, I am Honey Zimmerman, a supply chain professor at WIU. And I have with me today, Rachel Wolter is one of our SCM seniors. And before I get talking about the program, I'd first like to talk a little bit about what supply chain management is in a nutshell. Supply chain management is central to all businesses and organizations. It's about managing the flow of information, products, and services. And what I love about supply chain as an educational path and a career choice is there are so many areas of business that fall under that SCM umbrella. The 3 larger ones and most recognized fields within supply chain are purchasing, transportation, and distribution. In addition to that, though, SCM also includes inventory management, risk management, and production planning or operations management. So as you think about all that supply chain encompasses, you have so many career opportunities available to you with an SCM degree. I like to tell students that if you major in supply chain, you end up with a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, and so on, because if you desire a career change at some point in time, you can stay within supply chain and your degree is still relevant, but you can do something completely different. For example, we have students who will intern one summer in a transportation role and then choose to intern the following summer in a purchasing role to kind of get a feel for what they like. Also, I think it's really important to point out that every business and organization has a supply chain. So you can be surrounded by something you love while doing supply chain. So for example, think about a professional sports stadium and all that they have to purchase. They have to purchase everything from light bulbs and toilet paper to equipment for the players and field maintenance, or even consider like a touring concert or a Broadway performance. Every industry from entertainment to agriculture, from retail to healthcare has a supply chain. Even nonprofits have a supply chain. So think about even this, I think it's interesting to think about the supply chain of blood, for example. So that's a little bit about what supply chain is, but I also want to talk a little bit about our program at Western. So at WIU, the SCM program is a signature program, meaning it's unique in some way. If you're comparing programs at different universities, and this goes for any degree, I would recommend this, it's important that you look at the course requirements of that degree. So for example, an SCM degree at Western may be very different than the same degree at another institution. At WIU, we consider ourselves a comprehensive program, teaching all the way from purchasing to delivery to the customer and everything in between. And so we teach courses that cover all aspects of the supply chain, where in other schools, they often focus on 1 or 2 areas of supply chain management, like only transportation or only purchasing. We offer unique courses compared to a lot of other programs nationwide. We have an advisory board. The Supply Chain Advisory Board, which is made up of about 30 company representatives, help us to create a relevant and progressive program. For example, it's because of our advisory board and their advice that we have courses in risk management and inventory strategies, for example. Our students also are required to take a full semester-long course in negotiations, which I haven't found in any other program that requires that. A lot of times they'll have negotiations as a module within another course, but we have a full semester of negotiations. In general, SCM degrees are relatively new within the past couple of decades, but we've been teaching SCM courses at Western since the 1970s, and we're still only 1 of 3 in Illinois that are housed within an AACSB accredited college. And what that means is AACSB is an accreditation given to the top 5% of business schools worldwide. So that just speaks to the quality of our College of Business here at WIU. Other things, we offer the SCM degree fully at both campuses, Macomb and the Quad Cities, as well as fully online. Additionally, we have an integrated MBA program which means that your senior year, you'd begin taking what we call bridge courses. So you can complete your MBA with a concentration in supply chain within a total of 5 years. So you would get a bachelor's plus a master's in 5 years. But if an MBA isn't of interest to you, we also have a graduate certificate in SCM, which is fewer courses than a full master's degree would be. Additionally, our students also are required to complete an internship, which is somewhat unique. But again, our advisory board has expressed how important that is for our students to graduate with experience in the field. At WIU, we offer as many as 20 SCM scholarships internally, plus there are hundreds of external scholarships for SCM students, which speaks to the high demand for SCM graduates. And Rachel's going to discuss that a little bit more here in a minute. But lastly, we are a very active program. I see a big part of my job as a professor is to create opportunities for you, the student, to engage with future employers. So we have events like SCM Day, for example, each year. SCM Day is a full day dedicated to our SCM students and recruiters. It starts with our advisory board meeting in the morning, followed by a career fair with anywhere from 35 to 45 companies looking for SCM talent. And then the evening concludes with a banquet where we recognize our scholarship winners and have a keynote speaker. The following day after SCM Day is full of interviews. Several companies stay overnight and then they hold internship and job interviews the following day in our offices. In addition to special events like that, we take our students on 3 or 4 field trips a semester. We go to conferences all over the country. We participate in case competitions and have a ton of guest speakers in our classes and our student club as well. Rachel, I'm going to turn it over to you now to talk a little bit about why you chose SCM at WIU and some of the experiences you've had in your short time here.
Absolutely. So as Mrs. Zimmerman said, my name is Rachel Wolter. So I chose WIU's SCM program because for 2 reasons: the industry experiences the professors teach from and the networking opportunities you're given. When I first visited Western and learned about the SCM program, I was told that your success in this industry comes from your networking and connections. And that couldn't be any more true. The SCM program here at Western truly sets you up for success. Networking is honestly everything in this industry. The SCM program gives you so many opportunities, but some of my favorites were the Material Handling Industry Conference in Palm Springs, California. Myself and one other student and Mrs. Zimmerman were actually able to go to that. And we were just surrounded by industry business people the entire week and got to listen in and hear how the industry is changing and evolving. And then last year, I also attended MODEX in Atlanta, Georgia. About 8 of us got to go on this trip. And we were able to see the up and coming technology companies were expanding upon. The goal of these opportunities as students is to learn about what's going on in the industry today, and then to take those opportunities and ideas to our jobs after graduation and apply them. As far as scholarships go, all of mine were awarded to me externally, although I learned of all the opportunities through our SCM faculty because of their connections with the industry business people. So they were actually sending us emails and saying, hey, look at these scholarships that they're awarding. You guys should look into them. A lot of people don't apply to them, so it's really important that you do that. I actually received about $6,000 worth of scholarships this past year just for being a supply chain major. Speaking on SCM Day, it's truly a full day, but it's just so rewarding. I completed about 4 interviews that next day and was actually offered 4 internships. I ended up accepting an internship with a Fortune 50 company and then ended up accepting a full-time job opportunity for after graduation. Companies really see Western grads as a necessity to their business operations. So it's really important to look at that and see that you're being recognized for your hard work. As far as being involved on campus, I've been very involved within my time here at Western, held numerous leadership positions, but I've also been a business ambassador for the management and marketing department here at Western and have also served on the academic integrity committee. Finally, if I had one piece of advice for incoming students, it would be to get involved. Your network is everything in this industry and it really sets you up for success. Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel. So lastly, I will conclude by just telling you a little bit about what our students have said. So one day I was sitting in class and I asked the students why they chose supply chain at Western. And one student started the conversation and said, because the classes are real classes for the real world. And I thought, my eyes lit up and I thought, oh, that's great. So the rest of the class jumped in and we built on that statement. all the facts, so there's just some other things that they said was that all faculty come from industry, meaning we've all done it, and now we teach from our stories and experiences. And then I already mentioned, they mentioned the internships and also the advisory board. And then lastly, I think it's important, the last quote is about opportunities. And so supply chain graduates are in high demand. Right now, there's 6 to 9 jobs for every graduate in supply chain, and that's awesome for you guys. But also it varies from semester to semester, but the placement rates range from anywhere from 92% to 100% each semester, meaning that almost all of our students graduate with a job offer in hand. And the average starting salary nationwide is about $55,000 starting, which is nice. But what I like even more is that within 5 years of graduation, that average salary jumps up to about $85,000. So many of our alumni at the age of 25 are already making close to 6 figures. So if I had to sum up the WIU SCM program with just one word, it would be opportunities. Feel free to push pause on the video and jot down my email address. Reach out to me if you would like to learn more about supply chain management opportunities for you at Western Illinois University. And thank you. Michelle, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much. So at this time, we are going to transition to our marketing program. So we have Donna Weinsack, Assistant Professor of Marketing, here with one of her students. So thank you, Donna, for joining us tonight.
Great, thank you, Michelle, and welcome everyone. So I'd like to go through Bachelor of Business in Marketing and just explain a little bit about what marketing is, because there's many questions regarding that topic. So marketing, really, we look at that as the activity or set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, and delivering and exchanging, really, that whole core offering and provide value to our customers, clients, partners, and society at large. It is an outward-facing discipline that builds and manages relationships with customers, suppliers, and partners. As we look at the industry overall and degrees within marketing degree at Western Illinois University offers a variety of career opportunities, really. And we've had a number of alumni graduate and work for Philips, CDM, larger organizations, underwriters laboratories, etc. So as you can see here, a variety of career opportunities exist within advertising, brand management, business analytics, digital marketing, entrepreneurship, product management, public relations, R&D, research and development, retailing, sales, supply chain, and logistics. If we look ahead to 2028, employment of marketing jobs is in demand, and it's expected to grow faster than average by 8%. And some of those key areas in terms of jobs that are in demand right now are marketing managers, marketing research analysts, advertising managers, public relations managers, and sales managers. Average sales roughly start at about 50,000. They can go up to 134,000 depending upon knowledge and skill set. So companies today are truly seeking individuals who are knowledgeable and skilled in complex problem solving, creativity, emotional intelligence, judgment and decision-making, people management, social intelligence, and also virtual collaboration. So why choose marketing at WIU? There's many offerings out there in terms of institutions to choose from, but WIU truly sets itself apart. So a Bachelor of Business and Marketing degree offers students truly a broad-based education and a variety of marketing specialties, including marketing communications, marketing technologies, and sales management. When combined with the capstone course in marketing management, students are qualified to meet the needs of various careers within industry, which I mentioned, and there's a variety of different others out there today. So we do offer as well options of study, which allow students to focus their educational plan of study based on their career. Some of the unique ones that are truly unique to WIU are enterprise marketing, marketing technology, and omni-channel marketing. So what happens in the classroom here? How do we set ourselves apart? And as noted, that we do have student-focused faculty with industry experience who engage in cutting-edge marketing research and practice. Integrated digital social mobile marketing curriculum provide advanced knowledge and an industry-relevant skill set. And we also incorporate in our courses experiential activities through project-based work, simulations, development platforms, and leading industry certifications, Google HubSpot are some of the ones that are provided that can offer that really competitive positioning and career placement opportunities. At student organizations, we offer also study abroad programs, both traditional and dual degree, professional development careers, conferences, career fairs, and internships, all of which provide industry experience as well as networking and career opportunities. The integrated program provides students an opportunity to earn 2 degrees, a bachelor's and MBA within 5 years. And as noted too, WIU is AACSB International accredited, and we are one of 16 universities that extended their accreditation in business and accounting this year. The Marketing Club is a wonderful organization at WIU. It's designated to give marketing students an opportunity to further enhance their knowledge and skills through extracurricular activity within their major of study. Non-majors also are welcome. The organization provides opportunities for students to explore the practical applications of marketing, management, advertising, promotions, and public relations. And throughout the year, various events take place. Guest speaking engagements, career workshops, as well as community fundraising and social events. And the best part of it all is that students who actually critique their knowledge and skills can get some hands-on experience, both in working with client-based projects, attending marketing conferences, working with, at those conferences, leaders in industry, uncovering opportunities, networking, and truly understanding what those needs are from people that are physically in those positions that they might be interested in. So overall, if we look at WIU, truly, it does set at the forefront from a marketing perspective, the ability for students to, again, develop their career in a professional manner within the needs that are in the workplace today. So going forward, the workplace will become more complex, both in the digital world, and the customer journey is going to continue to evolve. We do need future-proof workforces. That's what the need is today. And WIU sets itself apart, specifically in the marketing field, to have those students really be successful throughout their career. And at this time, I'd like to have Corey talk more about his experiences, both in the academic side of things and professional side of things.
Okay, so I am Corey. So throughout my time at WIU, I feel like, so I initially came in here as a computer science student, and I quickly switched majors because I realized that marketing was what drew me in a lot more than computer science. And I selected marketing technology through among the 3 that you could select, because that combined my interests of both technology and marketing. So I also liked the diversity of classes that you could take. There's a lot of different classes that you can take as a marketing student at WIU that fit a variety of different interests. So professionally, I've had the opportunity to work actually in the music industry as a social media manager. And I feel like Western has provided me the skills with some of these classes to do this. And there's 2 classes that I want to highlight in particular. One is the international marketing class. It completely changed my view of marketing, in the sense that, it really is a series of interconnected global systems that really runs, on something in Israel could affect something in China. And another class I want to highlight is the seminar in marketing technology, which really gave me an idea of what changes are going to happen to marketing technology within the next 10 years that are really give me a lot of ideas that come to how I'm going to be performing in the workplace once I get a job. And it's prepared me, I feel like it's also prepared me because I have an opportunity to work at a variety of different positions. I'm currently in the interview process with Epic Systems, Abbott out of Waukegan, Yelp. I have an interview scheduled. So there's definitely interest there. And I have nothing but Western to thank. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. So now we're going to transition to the management side of our school. So I'm going to share my screen. There we go. So I realized I didn't introduce myself in the beginning. I am Michelle Howe. I am a instructor of business communication, but I do teach the Management 125 course, which is the introduction to business course that most students, if they are interested in business, will end up taking this class. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the management program here at WIU, and then I do have a WIU alum from the management program who's here to talk to us about her experience. So what is management? So I think what makes management unique, not just at Western, but just at most business colleges, is it's a broader degree. So there is some benefit to that. If you're that student who doesn't know what you want to do, but you know you want to major in business, right? You know you want to go into maybe property management someday, or you know you want to be a plant manager, but you're just really not sure what you want to study. Management is very, very broad, okay? And some people just, I know I've had students come to me and said, I know I want to be the boss, right? How do I become the boss? And management's a good way to set you up for that. But sometimes people, they start in those management classes and realize there's a lot more to being the boss than just bossing people around, right? So what students learn in that foundational management class are the 4 functions of management: planning, leading, organizing, and controlling. And a lot of the courses are set up around those topics because yes, it's a lot harder than just telling people what to do. So some of the unique things about Western's program is that we are available to do it both completely online or at the Macomb or Quad Cities campuses. So it is a really good program for people who are place-bound and maybe can't come to either campus. And then there's also the integrated program where you can complete your MBA along with your bachelor's degree just in 5 years. In terms of careers, I know I gave a couple of career options, but as I said, it's very, very broad. And we have people that work at Enterprise, John Deere, Aerotech, Allstate, Starbucks. They kind of come from all over the place because it's such a general degree. And honestly, any job title with leader, manager, coordinator, director, is management's a good setup for some of those positions. So as I said, I do have someone who just recently graduated back in 2020, last year, here to talk about her management experience and why she specifically chose Western and what she gained from the management program here. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and have Nicole Viveros come up and talk to us about her experience. Thanks for coming tonight, Nicole.
Thank you, Ms. Howe. Let me get this connected really quick. Let's see. There we go. And cool. So basically, yeah, like Ms. Howe said, I did graduate last spring of 2020 with my Bachelor of Business and Management. I particularly chose Western and the management program at Western because I come from a family of entrepreneurs. And I too, when I started, was business undecided. But kind of having that background, I knew that I wanted to follow that career path as well. So hopefully later down the line, starting like my own business, but also assisting like my family with our family-owned businesses as well. During my time at Western, I was very involved both within my major and outside of my major. I was part of Delta Sigma Pi, the professional business fraternity on campus. And as well, I did a broad internship in Ecuador my junior year, the summer of junior year going into senior year. And it was a marketing internship, but it was honestly one of the greatest experiences and one of the best decisions that I made while during my time at Western. I did take a lot of classes, like especially a lot of the core classes that I took that concentrated on a lot on what I didn't know I was gonna need post graduation with my career now at Enterprise Holdings, and also just little things that I learned that would also help me with helping my family with their business as well. Currently, I do work at Enterprise Rental Car. It's one of the branches under Enterprise Holdings. I'm an entry level manager there, and I was very fortunate enough to have been offered the job opportunity my last semester of my senior year. So I did go to a career fair. As it was mentioned earlier, I think it's very important to go to those, not only for networking, but definitely to just get your presence out there and make it known that you are ready to take on the world as soon as you get ready to graduate. So I definitely did that, and I was offered a position, and I've been there since the summer. And it's definitely been a little challenging just because I'm learning the ropes of actually being in a management role. But it has taught me so much, and it's really interesting to see that so much that I learned in the classroom trickled its way into like my day-to-day life and my actual job. So I was very fortunate that the program is just it's so there's so many classes, and a lot of the hands-on like projects or just different like trips and experiences that opportunities that we get. I feel personally definitely set me up for success for where I am now. And so, yeah, I mean, these are just a few pictures that I have from my trip when I went to Ecuador. My marketing internship was focused with a business to business company. So they sold like um, technology, software, and equipment to other businesses. And within the marketing department, I was able to help plan like events or make little promotional gifts to give to like clients or interests or big accounts and whatnot. And so it was a very fun time. I learned a lot. So definitely another thing to look into, once starting your career at Western is definitely doing a study abroad that, essentially would also branch into what you're studying, because, it can go a long way other than being able to explore another part of the world, but definitely being able to get those professional skills and, that resume builder as well when you get ready for your career after Western. That is all I have, but Ms. Howe also has my information. So if anyone has any questions about my experience at Western or any questions about study abroad or doing internships abroad, I would be more than happy to answer any questions as well. Thank you for having me tonight.
Okay, thank you so much, Nicole. So lastly, but certainly not least, we have the human resource management area. So we have instructor of HRM, Bruce Western, here tonight with one of his students. So Bruce, take it away.
Thank you, Mrs. Howell. I'm Bruce Western, and I teach human resource management courses here on the campus of Western Illinois University. And on the first day of all of my first classes in my principles course, which is an introduction to human resources, I always ask my students, what is human resource management? And I always hear the same thing. I hear, well, that's where you go when you're hired or you're fired, or you have a complaint, or they relate it to Toby on The Office. Well, HR is a whole lot more than that. And as long as there are employees in companies, there will always be a need for a human resources department. And even if you don't have an HR department, somebody still has to do those functions. So what are the functions that come with HR? Well, it's true that there is hiring and at times there's firing, but you're usually responsible for the staffing, for the recruitment, recruiting individuals into your organization. Performance management. Somebody has to set the criteria of what level of performance do you expect from your employees and what to do if they exceed those expectations or they don't meet those expectations. Benefits. compensation, who determines what benefits to offer employees, who determines how to come up with a start pay for a new employee as they join your organization, training and development, training someone for the current job that they're in or developing someone for future positions to be promoted up in the organization. Risk management. Risk management is one of those jobs that fall under HR that maybe you're not really interested in sitting at a desk in an office all day, but risk management, you might be like a safety officer in a manufacturing firm. So you're out making sure your employees are safe and following up with workers' comp and injuries. Union negotiations. I know that unions are on the decrease in the United States right now, but there are still a large population of companies that are unionized. So someone has to be the expert in that facility in negotiations between management and the union. And there's a whole lot more to human resources as well. But those were the major things. But you know, as we look at our program here at WIU, which I'm incredibly proud of, the relevant coursework, the courses that we offer to prepare someone to work in the human resources field. I teach the principal courses. Those are the introduction courses. I teach a brand new course on benefits that companies offer. I also teach employment law. Dr. Stewart, she teaches the classes on training and development and performance appraisals and staffing. We also have an international HR course, which we're real proud of. But a lot of our students get internships. This is not required under the HRM program, but it's definitely something that we encourage our students to get that experience. We have a lot of professional relationships with numerous companies. And with those relationships, we have folks coming in from industry that speak in almost all of our HRM classes. And these folks like to build those relationships with our students. Our HRM students also have an opportunity to travel to Ireland. Dr. Stewart actually oversees that trip every summer. We have excellent job market that's out there, because remember, if there's employees in a facility, there is somebody that has to do those HR functions. And I am incredibly proud of a lot of our graduates and just the incredible positions that they have in human resources. We also compete in HR competitions. We're getting ready for next fall of having a group do that. And we're extremely proud of the fact that under the Society for Human Resource Management, which is called SHRM, we have a student chapter. And for the second year in a row, we're going to receive a superior level rating of our student chapter. That's the highest rating that they give. And that's due to the hard work and the diligence of our student chapter. And here's just a little bit of information about the Society for Human Resource Management. As an HR professional, this is the primary professional organization that you would belong to. But we have a student chapter to prep you for that. That again, we are an award-winning superior level chapter. And we just, it really helps students to network. Getting ready for a career. We talk about all kinds of HR topics, and we do resume workshops. It really gives you an opportunity to interact with students. We even do service community projects where we give back to the city of Macomb, getting you ready for those certifications. And we have a lot of fun as well. But this is definitely, if you are a human resource major, we would strongly encourage you to be part of SHRM. It looks good on a resume, but it also gives you incredible skills as you go out into the HR world. So today we have Benjamin Mahoney. Ben is an HRM major. We're real proud of the work that he does. And he's also been an executive officer in our SHRM organization. So I'm going to turn it over to Ben. He can tell his experience at Western.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mr. Western. So yeah, as you guys know, my name is Ben Mahoney. I'm a graduating senior actually this semester, so I can't be more excited to finally be done and finally be moving to the workforce. So I don't have anything lined up yet, but as Western said, there are plenty of opportunities for human resource management majors. And I know I've been looking for the past couple of weeks, and I've already had probably like 10 jobs that, have been interested and, have reviewed my resume. Maybe not all interviews yet, but, there's a lot of jobs out there, and it's a good major to get into, and it's great opportunities for the future as well. So with my degree, as Western said, HR is much more than just hiring and firing and Toby from the office. Over the past 4 years, I have been crammed with all this information, HR information, and I can't be more happy with the professors and their real world experience and bringing that into the environment, the academic environment, and passing on their knowledge to us. And they do a really good job about imparting on their knowledge on us and getting us prepared for the workforce. So as Western said as well, I have been a part of SHRM for about 5 semesters, I would say, the past 2 years almost, and I've worked my way up from treasurer all the way up to vice president. So that was a great resource for me. They helped me build my resume, helped me build connections for the future, helped me get my LinkedIn. I know Michelle Howe had a workshop last year where she helped all of us get our LinkedIn profiles up to date and make it looking professional. So they do a really good job with preparing you for the future and preparing you for your job. And again, SHRM is a great resource for anyone in the human resource management major to get you prepared for the workforce and to kind of help solidify everything you learn in the classroom environment as well. So overall, I've had a great experience over my 4 years. I am sad to go. I don't know what I'm going to do with all my free time after school. So it's been great. I appreciate all the professors, and I really have no more to say. So I do appreciate everyone.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. So we are wrapping up our presentation tonight. So thank you for watching this wherever you're watching this, right? So I'm going to leave with one last slide, and it is the contact information for the School of Management and Marketing. So it is our email address, the contact information for our director, if you've forgotten our names already and just want to pause this down. So like I said, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to leave this up for a couple seconds, but feel free to pause your screen to write down this information. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you.